So the AI revolution demands not just your attention, but your active participation, whether you are in the tech industry or not. Don't wait for your boss or your organization or your wife or your husband or your partner to push you. Push yourself. Take an active role in your own digital fitness and career development. This requires that you adopt a digital mindset. Think beyond traditional models. Yes, we're so used to traditional models, but the world is disrupting that. Embrace experimentation with digital tools. I'm glad that there was no one in the house who put their hands that they have not experimented with artificial intelligence. Because it requires you to adopt a digital mindset to be able to experiment or play around with these tools. Be a lifelong learner. I was giving a talk at NetBank recently, and I was talking about the dangers of recruiting graduates, because sometimes graduate means I went to school, I've completed, and I'm done. Books are packed, I'm ready for the market, no learning anymore. I was saying the transition can happen in the sense that organizations start looking for lifelong learners, not graduates. I listened to the CEO of Accenture, and she said something. She says, when someone comes or when they advertise a role within their organization, and this is across their global offices, one key question they ask every candidate, no matter how good you are on paper, one question they ask every candidate is, what have you learned in the last 6 months? And if that candidate says nothing, no matter how good they are on paper, they will not recruit him or her. And she explained that they're looking for people who are curious and who are lifelong learners. And what you've learned in the last 6 months, it doesn't have to have anything to do with your field or with your profession. You could have learned a new dance, you could have learned to cook a new recipe, you could have learned to play a new sport, you could have learned a new language. As long as you've learned something in the last 6 months, you are the candidate they're looking for. So that falls under being a lifelong learner, because anyone who stops learning is outdated, whether at 20 or at 80, and that's a quote from Henry Ford. And one of my favorite quotes is from Irving Toffler, and he said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. It therefore means that illiteracy is being redefined. In the past, when you spoke of an illiterate, you're talking about someone who cannot read and write. But today, if you don't have the ability to unlearn and relearn, you are considered the illiterate of the 21st century. Are there any illiterate of the 21st century in the house by any chance?